Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors, your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors on this Tuesday morning, January the 8th. I'm glad you're here. I'm Winston Chester. We have a great show lined up, and we'll get started. Our weather brought to us by Haney Technical Center at 767-5500, corner of Baldwin Road and Highway 98. Highway 77. Jeff and I are just talking about Highway 98. Highway 77 in Baldwin Road. We'll go by and check those folks out. They've got a lot of good stuff going on. Our high today now would be 66 and low tonight about 53. So I was looking, we only got about 12, 14 degree difference. So it's just a cool January day. Been a nice day. The water temperature now is 63 degrees. It's been 63 for about 2 or 3 weeks. So let's take a look at our river readings. This is good. The river readings, the Apalachicola. Folks, the Apalachicola at Bluntstown, and this is really breaking news. This is 4 foot. It hadn't been 4 foot in I swear, in 2 years. I've looked back on my records. I just haven't seen it this high in a long time. Even that heavy rain we had back in the summer, I only brought it up to 2 foot. So it's at 4 foot, so that is great news. Now let's take a look at the Choctawhatchee at Caryville. It's been dropping out steady. It had gotten up to 7, almost 8 foot over the weekend. It's dropping on down now. We're looking at 5.2 this morning and dropping on down. Good, slow, steady drops. Some really good fishing now this time of year on the Choctawhatchee River. All right, let's go from freshwater to saltwater. I've got a tide chart set up for this year now. This is January 2013. By the way, you can get these tide charts down at C&G Sporting Goods and get them for the whole year. We're looking at the 8th of January, this Tuesday morning, a good strong tide. Low tide, we've just had it at 407, and our high tide will be at 608 tonight. A good strong, right at a 2 foot tide. And look at the rest of the week now. You've got the rest of this week will be some really nice, strong tides, good early morning tides, and coming in afternoon. Then next week now, for those neap tides. But this week it'll be some excellent, strong tides, okay? That takes care of our weather. Let's take our first break, and we'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Let's start this segment off with a good picture here sent to us by Billy Barlow, Captain Billy Barlow. Sent him this email. Hey, Winston, had a good day fishing Sunday in the creeks of West Bay. Caught 6 nice keeper trout and a slew of knotheads. All fish caught on a Mirrodine twitch bait. And listen, look at that picture there. That bait's hanging from the mouth of that fish right there. It's a Mirrodine twitch bait. It's from Mirrolure. It's a slow sinker. It looks just like a wounded finger mullet. Thanks for all you do for us on Panhandle Outdoors. Captain Bill Barlow of Billy Jack's Bay Charters. Good job there, Billy. And it's funny how you get a plug. He talked about it last time I talked to him how much he enjoyed fishing with that plug. And once you get accustomed to catching fish on a plug, it's hard to switch. And I know he's had good luck with that plug right there, the Mirrodine. And the Mirrolure company has been around a long time. Their business sort of been up and down, but they're on the up right now. They're coming out some really good baits. It's always been a good steady bait. A lot of fish have been caught on Mirrolures. I mean, going way back. And I've got some old Mirrolures, and I still like the company. They do a good job on the baits. Okay. I was thinking last night, looking at 2013 and trying to get everything lined up. And I know we're talking about fishing tournaments, and I know the bass fishermen do a tremendous job on their tournaments. They have a lot of tournaments throughout the year. But I'm not finding a lot of saltwater tournaments coming up. Of course, the offshore ones with Seaquarter Marina, and they'll have a good one and all, and Mexico Beach Artificial Reef Association, those the basic ones. But I don't see a lot of inshore like redfish tournaments or trout tournaments and anything coming up. So if you know of any, let me know so we'll go and plan it. We'll try to cover it, and always try to encourage people to go and promote those. Just a good thing to do on the weekend, fish those tournaments, have a good time also. If you know anything about the fishing tournaments coming up, or if you're interested in maybe putting one on or something, I know people talk to me about doing it. So my plate's pretty full, but I'll certainly try to help out all I can. All right. I want to say a special good morning to Bobby Graham. Talked to Bobby this weekend. Bobby is a loyal viewer, and he's always fishes a pier. He's a pier rat from way back. He's retired now, and he fishes pier all the time. And Bobby got sick and was out of town. Bobby would call and give us a pier report exactly when something was going on. And I got a call Saturday. I got tickled. Got a call Saturday, and it was Bobby. He said, and Bobby has been up in Nashville. Bobby's son is a doctor up in Nashville, and he's been Bobby's been pretty sick. He's been up there at his son's and going in and out of the hospital up there. But he's back home now for a while, and he was calling and giving me a peer report. He said, Winston, first of all, I said, how you doing? He's doing better. He said, they're catching pompano on the pier. So Saturday afternoon, I got a peer report Friday. Maybe it's a Friday afternoon. I got a peer report Friday morning, and there wasn't much going on, but they did catch some this weekend. All right, so that was a good job there, Bobby. Thanks for sharing that with us. Now let's look at. Also went out planning on hunting this weekend, and I got a new scope. Talked to you about getting a new scope, and I had done so much in preparation and everything, and my scope, I just didn't feel comfortable with my scope. So I went out and shot it, so I just didn't quite get it in there. So, of course, I'm going to adjust the windage, and you know where this story is headed. It went from like here over here somewhere, so I got way off. I was just wasting shells shooting it in. So Saturday morning, instead of me getting up and going hunting, I get up and take my scope back down to C&G and try to get their help on it. So I decided to take my camera along just for a couple of minutes and just show you how simple it is. I worked on it for a couple of hours Friday afternoon shooting and everything. So I was walking to C&G and asked them, told them what I'd done. They laughed. It happens all the time, they said. So let's watch this little video of me going down to C&G and getting my scope prepared, okay?
No matter what. No matter what.
All right, I'm down here at C&G, folks, and I had to bring my rifle back. Terry's going to bore sight it for me. I was going to try to fix it myself.
We're going to re-zero it for you.
He's going to re-zero it, okay?
There's original structures right there.
And this will get you on paper at 25 yards on a pie plate size area.
Don't you feel safer?
Okay. It might be way off now.
Yeah.
I tried to adjust it myself, but I'm not.
About 3 or 4 minutes. But we'll see.
How far off is it?
At least 3 minutes, maybe a little more.
3 minutes. How would that happen?
Messing with the windage.
That's exactly what I did. I'm showing you things you shouldn't do. Good morning. You want to say anything to our fans this morning? No. I've been there before and showed you. It's just an amazing. It's like a museum. Ron and I talk about it all the time. All the things they have in here. Look at this. It's worth just a trip downtown Panama City just to see the mounts and all. There's Ray over there.
Just pointing in the general area. You're going to head out and go through the wall, go down the street and hit them.
Morning, Ray.
Morning. And I tell people it doesn't matter if they can't speak English.
Yeah, that's international sound over.
Exactly.
In case you're asking about it.
Exactly. Universal language.
About a week and a half with them as well. Is that your phone?
That's your not mine. That's a more Hollywood ring.
Hold up. Hey.
Good morning. How y'all doing today?
Good. How are you?
Great. How you doing?
I'll wait.
Terry, tell me sort of what you're doing.
Basically just zeroing. There's a grid on this screen,
Uh-huh.
and I adjust the windage and elevation so the crosshairs line up on the grid on the screen to perfect zero,
Okay.
which is what I've done. So this, like I said, will get you on paper at 25 yards within an 8-inch pie plate
Okay, now if I'm
size
shooting,
piece of paper.
let me ask you this, if someone is shooting 50 or 100 yards,
Start out at 25.
okay,
Shoot, at least 3 bullets at 25, and then you can do your adjustments. If you're shooting here at 25, if you have like a target, and you're shooting here at 25, adjust the scope to there.
okay,
And then from there, you can take it out to 50 or 100
All right.
and see what it's doing and do your final adjustments to 100 yards. But you're all squared away.
All right. Well, we appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Any kind of other advice you can give rifle hunters?
No, not that I can think of. Just
All right.
hold steady.
Hold it steady. All
Aim
right.
small, miss small.
All right. Thank you. Welcome back. Well, I did get the scope fixed and I was able to take it out, but you know, like I said during the video, if you get a chance to just go down to C&G, it's almost like walking in a museum and just walk around looking at all the stuff, and they're so good about helping and all, but just spending time there, I need to go back and just take my time and do a better video of it, but a good place down there, C&G Sporting Goods. Now, let's take a look, while we're talking about hunting, let's take a look at a couple of bucks here. Check this one out. Brian Revere, principal at Vernon High School. He said finally got a 9-point. He had to have to get a dog to track him, but good job there, Brian. All right, the next one, we're going to go over to, we'll skip the trout. We'll go over to, this is right here. Now, let's see. Well, is it showing up yet? We're just bragging about how much we like to do this. It hasn't showed up yet. Oh, well, we'll get it, all right. Anyway, we'll move on then. Let's go ahead. Here it is. We got it. All right. Well, this is one by Walter Woodrick. Got this nice 8-point Saturday morning up there. This is out of Troy. Up there. He's got a lease up there in Troy, Alabama, and he was able to get it. It was funny. I got tickled out of him. He woke up about 2:30 in the morning, so excited he couldn't go back to sleep. So he just jumped in his truck and headed for Troy. And driving up to Troy, he was able to get up there about, right before daylight and all, and get situated. Got in the stand about 7:30 that morning. That buck had walked out on him, but he was moving pretty fast. We made a good shot there, and that's a good buck, Walter. It looks like some good deer sausage for our family. Good job there. Now listen, if you, we're talking about. Let's jump to something else now. All the drawings we have for the whole year 2013, we're going to get started this Friday. Until y'all start sending names. I think this year, I thought about doing this last year, but I thought about it too late. I'm going to read your names to make sure that you know that I've received your entrance. So I'm going to just read the list of names that came in this past couple of days, okay? So if you've sent something, your name's not on here, resend it. But I think I have all of them. We'll double checked it. Okay, Joel King, number 1. Joel got in there first. Joel King, Jerry Roberts, Martha Smith, Terry Linton down there in Weewall, Doug Lurie, Larry Stevens, Mary Lois Stevens, Ronnie Harrison, Nate Schaefer, Gloria Turner, David Vest, Lynn Richards, Terry Richards, Bill Angevine, Rick Rogers, Graham Jones, Mary Williams, Frank Nell, Ted Gagnay, Martha Harrison. And that's just a group came in the last couple of days, and we're going to be drawing this Friday for Tarpon Rock Seafood giveaway. So especially in the month of January, try to go and make it, try to get your names in here. And, we're very simple. We just put all the names in a pickle jar. We draw every Friday for something at Tarpon Dock, and all throughout the year we have giveaways, and we'll have some pretty soon, some kind of giveaway. So, we just do this because we appreciate our viewers. This is sort of a viewer appreciation drawing. And so all you got to do is just email, and Jeff puts the email across the screen on a regular basis. So email it to me, and we'll get you in there. Now, if you can't email it, just send me, just mail it to me on regular mail. Okay. Now, after I got my scope fixed, I was able to. I was raring to get up in the woods. I got my scope fixed Saturday morning, then I got up to the, just drove up to the property and sort of scout. I scouted out before. I just wanted to scout it out again and just sort of walk some down the trails and all and see where the deer sign was and really just sort of feel it out and get ready to do some serious hunting. I feel like we're about ready for the rut in our area. I know Walter's buck, he said up there in Troy, was in the rut, and I feel like some other folks have got some in the rut already. So let's go ahead and walk through the woods with me on Saturday. I just walk around looking for deer sign, okay? Okay, taking a little scouting trip. Trying to decide exactly where I want to put my stand. The woods are just beautiful. Finally been able to get on my property after many years, and I'm very thankful. I'm not looking back, I'm going to look forward. And right now I'm looking for some buck sign. And I saw last year, I saw some sign in here. Don't really see anything now. That was one. It's not. It's a good path right through here. Okay, I don't see anything this way. Okay, I'm going to go back the other way. Alright, here's a rub. Just starting. You can see right there, we're just breaking it off. And ironically, right down there you can see the print. So that's a good sign. Just beginning to rub that. That's probably a little 4-point. Oh, now, this is a bigger tree right here. About the same path, but it's a different deer. Oh, I got a little overhang here and a little bit of a scrape just starting. It just sort of scraped out there, but always look up for an overhanging limb. And then a path. You can see this path that he's been down. Just starting. So we're right at the beginning of the rut in this area. I just tell by the sign I'm seeing. Now another thing too from last year, a big difference. This area last year just had a lot of acorns. When you look on the ground, you just don't see many acorns. It just hadn't been a lot of acorns this year. There's a few. All right, welcome back. Now, you see just walking through there just looking for sign and all, and like I said, I still think it's a little bit early according to that video and according to the time I spent up there. Let's take a look at our fish and game forecast for today. We're looking at our times we're looking at 8:38 to 10:38 this morning, and then we're looking at tonight, 9:08 to 11:08. So it's sort of later in the morning. And I was talking this weekend with some fellow hunters and all. A lot of times, I've had my best luck sometimes like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the morning. I know we do the late afternoon or early morning, but I was talking to Neil McGee at church Sunday. He and I were talking about it. A lot of times the woods sort of calm down a little bit at 9 or 10, and sometimes those bucks will walk out then. So that's a good time this morning. Now, Ray Howell up in Bluntstown, I know you watch the show every day. I've emailed you a couple of times, so I need you to return the email. I don't know if I'm going to the right address or not. I may have a different address for you, but I'd send it to Calhoun Liberty Abstract Company. Also, if you've sent me an email along the same lines and I have not responded to it, resend it or either call me. If I don't, I try to respond to all the phone calls I get and also all of the emails I get. And it may not be right away, maybe a day or two later sometimes because they come in bunches at times and it takes a little while to get back to all of them. So anyway, now I want to cover, this is something I've been wanting to cover for a while, especially with 2013 coming on. And what this is, you know, we all love the outdoors, or some part of the outdoors we enjoy, or you wouldn't be probably watching this show if you didn't enjoy something in the outdoors. So to enjoy the outdoors, I feel like, you know, mentally we got to, you know, have an understanding, appreciation of it. And also physically, we want to be able to get out there and do it if we can. And I thought about this. I've been thinking about this for a while. I try to do a little bit of working out on my own, just sort of, but I wanted to share an outdoorsman workout with you. And this is nothing exclusive. I'm not trying to train you for the Panama City Triathlon or trying to get you to lose the biggest loser, 40 pounds, whatever. But just doing daily stuff in the outdoors and going on fishing trips, going on hunting trips, going hiking, going camping. You want to be able to do some of these things. So I wrote some of these things down, and I hope I get through all of it. I had a dumbbell with me, but I left it in the truck. One of the big things is your extremities, your arms and legs, and you know, on legs it's really simple to work out legs. There are a couple of basic things you can do. If you can do any kind of you can do this with or without weights, and it's called lunges. What lunges are? You lunge out and lunge back, left leg and then right leg. And I always try to do 3 sets, about 10 or 15 reps, and that's a great for your flexibility there and good for your leg strength. And also squats, where if you can do any kind of squat, you know, where you squat something on your shoulder, keeping your back straight. You want to keep those muscles. You don't necessarily build them up. You want to just maintain the strength and durability that you have. So lunges and squats are always good. And also wrote down toe raises if you get a chance. If you get sit-ups and crunches, if you get a chance, just you know, talking about extremities, but here in your main part of your body, the sit-ups are always good for you. Do some of those. Arms and shoulders. You know, any kind of lifting. I do this. I have one class with my kids where they'll see me doing this all the time, and the coach, what are you doing? I said, I'm doing pull-ups. They said, Coach, your pull-ups like this. I said, no, my pull-ups are like this, because when you go fishing and all, you can actually, especially going on a headboat, start catching amberjacks or something like that, you can actually get really tired. You know what I'm talking about, just lifting like this. So you can get any kind of weight and just work on this. I know it sounds crazy, but I do these kind of things, especially in the springtime, getting ready for summer fishing. You have a big old king mackerel on, you don't want to lose them. You certainly don't want to get exhausted, and some other people on the boat are busy doing other stuff and can't come to your aid. You want to be able to hold on. So, you know, try to do 3 sets or 10 reps 3 or 4 times, maybe at least 3 times a week, and do those kind of things. Now, I've got several more too. The flexibility, I always work on flexibility and all, but one of the most important thing is called a push away. I call it push away. When you had a plate full of food and you've eaten it, you push away from the table like that and don't eat anymore, okay? You don't need it. And I've got some more I'll add and all, but that's one of the most important ones. We'll talk about cardiovascular all later, but we're about to run out of time, folks. Thank you all for watching the show. Hope you got something out of it. Sometime today, you really do something good for somebody, and God bless.
Thanks for joining us for Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors features hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.